So for my band decelerations, if you have one band, that should be okay as long as it stretches pretty far. You're just gonna have to watch out and make sure you don't run into the power rack or whatever you have it tied down to. I personally like to link together two bands so I have a little bit more distance to work with. So I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna get some pretty good tension on it, all right? So now I'm just gonna go into a deceleration. It's like I'm driving one way, I'm planting that right leg, stopping on a dime, absorbing, and then I'm pushing back, okay? And then I go the other way. The footwork is right, left, right, okay? So it's almost just like a foot replacement. So it's gonna be here, push back here, push back here, push back here, all right? I'm just changing directions as sharp as I can, nice and rapid off the ground. This is really going to train our ability to decelerate linearly, create space, pull back, get open shots, create for your teammates. Deceleration is just as important, if not more important, than explosive acceleration. Let's get it. So for my back pedal decelerations, we're really working through the quads. So all I'm gonna do is link two bands together. Now, if you don't have two bands, we could also do this with a cable machine, or if worse comes to worse and all you have is like a sled or a partner to resist you, we can use that as well. Okay, but if you have the bands, we're gonna come down in a low stance and it's just gonna be a back pedal. I don't need you to go fast here. I more so want you to kind of be slow and controlled and just feel that burn, all right? Get all the way back, get some really good tension, and then from there, I'm coming to 1 foot and I'm just gonna go baby hops. So I'm not going for distance or height, I'm just going baby hops, and this is actually a great deceleration drill. So it's all the way until I no longer have that tension, back down, and then I back pedal. All the way back, now I come to my left foot, boom. Good controlled deceleration, popping that foot nice and quick, all right? So if you didn't have the band and you just have like a sled, you're gonna skip the deceleration part and you're just going to grab handles and drag that sled backwards. Or if all you have is a partner, your partner can push you in the back and go here while you drive into them, all right? So for both of those, you'd probably just skip the deceleration hop and just work with that back pedal. Or if you have a cable machine that stretches pretty far, you can hold a handle or hold ropes and just do back pedals until you reach that max range with the cable, and then slowly walk back, working on that deceleration through the quads. So for my angled cone bounds, what I'm gonna do is set up 6 cones, or if you only have 3 cones, you could set up 3 and then switch them for the other side. Or if you don't have cones at all, you could just use shoes or anything just to mark off a spot, give yourself a goal to aim for. So I'm gonna go in the middle and I'm gonna aim here. So I'm starting on my right foot. I'm gonna go with my left foot, so I bound forward and I push back. I need that to be quick. Use the floor as a springboard, bounce off, do not sink into quicksand. So it's here, push back. Once I get back to that middle, I gotta get balance on 1 foot and get vertical. So jump as high as you can, all right? So it's here, here, jump, land, boom, get out to that side, land, and then get to the back, open up. So you can see how I'm pointing the toe out. I'm getting that little rotation. Boom, push back, and jump, stick on 1 foot, and then I go to the other side. So it's here, left foot, jump, here, left foot, jump, here, left foot, jump, okay? We're really working on those angled cuts, getting explosive multi-directionally, and then always getting back to the middle getting balance and getting straight up and down. Now, the most common mistake that I see on this drill is people get back to the middle and then they fade off to the side on their jump, all right? I need you to decelerate and get straight up, straight down, come right back down, and then be explosive, push out. Half the battle is force absorption and becoming balanced before we re-accelerate. Let's work on that. Let's get to the next level. So for my rotational hurdle jump, I'm gonna have a hurdle in the middle. I'm gonna have two small hurdles on the outside. Of course, if you don't have the big hurdle, doesn't matter. All we need is maybe a little hurdle, a shoe, a cone, doesn't really matter. So what I wanna do is I wanna set this up to where if I'm standing in the middle, I want to push out laterally and I have to really put some force in the ground. So I don't want you to be able to just step over. I want you to have to push out. So push out laterally, and then as soon as this foot lands, you gotta transition quick as you can like it's hot lava, get back over that cone, add a little rotation to it, and then I'm stepping in left, right. So then it's a left, right, regular takeoff over that hurdle. Now, I'm gonna land on this other side. Now I gotta go rotationally, so I gotta go here, boom, boom. Okay, so I'm always open to this side. So I land here, I get here, push, now it's right, left, get over, okay? Now, of course, I land here, boom, open this way, so now it's right, left, right, all right? This is kind of confusing to start. Once you get in a groove, you're gonna start to feel that rhythm. It's gonna feel nice and smooth. We're gonna build that versatile jumping style where we could step in left, right, right, left, off a lateral, off a spin, it doesn't matter. We get to that max vert either way. Let's get it. So for my one leg dumbbell jump, what I'm gonna do is basically think about that last stride. So I'm gonna go here, slight bend in that knee. I'm gonna come back on the heel, so I'm gonna actually load the calf by pulling that toe up, and then I'm just rocking forward to the toe, driving this back leg, and I'm gonna jump as high as I can and land on two. So it's just here, land on two, same exact mechanics that you would have on a one leg jump, okay? Now we're gonna do it loaded with dumbbells. So I need you to choose a weight that allows for 50% of your maximum jump unloaded. So if I was unloaded, I'm testing right here. If I were to take off and land with no arm swing, let's say I'm at 20 inches, I need to find a dumbbell that allows for me to get 10 inches. So if I explode as hard as I can, all I can get is 10 inches. So 50% is what we're aiming for. Now, I know you guys probably don't have the mat. That's okay, just eyeball it, videotape yourself in slow motion, and just try to estimate where you're about 50% of where you were when you didn't have the weights in your hand. Okay, so for me, that weight is gonna be about 40 pounds in each hand, and I'm coming back to this position, and now I'm just taking off, getting as high as I can, and land on 2 feet, and then I step back, and I go again. So for the 1 foot approach touch, all we're gonna do is start as far back as you want. So you could start 3, you could start NBA 3, or even beyond. I want you to build up max speed and go off 1 foot, touch as high as you can, or work on dunking, or if you can already dunk, work on doing something that you've never done before, okay? We wanna use this as an opportunity to work on your single leg jump mechanics. When it comes to taking off one leg, strength matters, but what matters more is mechanics and practice. So really use this as an opportunity to get good quality reps, and that's what's gonna take your single leg jump to the next level more than any other exercise we do. So for my one leg RDL swing, what I'm gonna do is hold 2 dumbbells by my side, come to an RDL position. So that's one leg, slight bend in the knee, of course. From there, it's a hip hinge. We're not going down with the knee. Once I get down to that bottom position, which right now is gonna be hands past the knee, so the dumbbells are gonna be about mid-shin for most of us. If you're a little more tight, it's okay to just go down to your knees. So I'm gonna get down to that position, and then I'm gonna aggressively swing as fast as I can. I'm gonna keep my elbow straight, and I'm gonna swing the dumbbells up over my head. I'm gonna bring it down while I'm still on one leg to challenge our stability, and then bring that other foot down, bring the dumbbells back down, okay? So it's slight bend, RDL, as fast as we can, explode up to that top position. Do not think about doing an RDL and then a lift with the arms. The arms are just swinging from the momentum of that aggressive, explosive hip extension, okay? So it's here, swing them, stabilize at the top, bring it down, come all the way down. Now, this is a very advanced exercise, so if you don't have the stability to do it on one leg, I'd rather you come to a split stance. So if you did it in a split stance, we would be here in a little baby split. My feet have to be pretty narrow. I can't be very wide, otherwise I'm gonna hit the dumbbell on my leg. So here, baby split. From there, it's a hip hinge. Notice I'm on the ball of the foot. I'm not on my heel on that back leg, but I am on my heel on the front leg. So it's gonna be here, and then boom, explode, come back down, and reset. Boom, explode, come back down, reset, all right? Now, if you're gonna do that single leg RDL, start very light, start 5 or 10 pound dumbbells in each hand. Once you're good to go, then you can start to go up. Most of our athletes don't get past 20 pounds. 20 pounds is a pretty good weight as far as really just utilizing that hip extension velocity, hamstring and glute, instead of using the arms. If you start to get too heavy, you're gonna feel like you're really working your arms to lift, all right? So start light, gradually go up. Let's get it. So for my single leg broad hop to vertical hop, what I'm gonna do is set up a cone as far as I can away from my hurdle. Now, if you don't have the high hurdle, that's okay. You can always use a low hurdle or just a shoe or some sort of marker to know what you're getting over. Doesn't necessarily have to be a high hurdle, but I'm gonna set up here and I'm gonna balance on one leg, same position as our single leg RDL. So we hinge from the hips, we throw our arms back, our torso goes down towards the floor, so I end up almost parallel to the torso with that chest, and then I swing this leg and I explode as far as I can, and I land on that same leg. So it's a broad hop, all right? So boom, get as far as I can, and then it's a reactive vertical jump. So as soon as you land, I don't want you to sink low and get up. I want you to boom, get off the floor nice and reactive, get over the hurdle, and then either land on 2 feet or land 1-2, okay? So I need you to get as far as you possibly can with that first one, and the further we can set that cone back, the better, and then the higher we get on the single leg vertical hop, the better. So here we have a couple options. If you have the hyperextension machine like this, then we're gonna do hyperextension holds with the plate drop, okay? If you do not have this, then we're just gonna get 2 benches or 2 boxes, and we're gonna do a reverse plank. We're working the same muscles, so if you don't have this, don't worry. But if you do have the hyperextension machine, I would start light. I would start with maybe a 10 or a 25-pound plate at the most, and we're just gonna come in and hold in this full extension. Okay, so for hyperextension machine doesn't really mean that we want to go into hyperextension. We just want full extension where I'm flat all the way from my head down through the heel, okay? And contrary to popular belief, this isn't really a back exercise. This is actually glutes and hamstrings, okay? So if you're very inexperienced and you have no strength in the post chain and the glute, then you can just hold right here, all right? You can just hold for about 30 seconds. That's gonna get you a good workout. If you do, if you've been training for a while, maybe for a couple years, then you can do the plate drop. So I'm gonna hold right here, and I'm just gonna drop the plate and catch it at full extension. So it's drop, catch, bring it back up. Drop, catch, bring it back up. All right, so every time that I'm dropping the plate and going to catch it,